I was shocked. Your big money opportunities are hiding behind a fairly unknown tool. When we talk about the greatest challenges facing most business leaders or entrepreneurs, the question is, where do we find these leads? In the midst of all of our responsibilities, how do we ensure that we're consistently nurturing the relationships necessary to secure larger deals? And the answer is Sales Navigator. Let's talk about Sales Navigator best practices. I'm LizJSimpson, founder of the Big Money Movement, where we help women experts secure six-figure corporate deals. And when we talk about the greatest challenges facing most business leaders or entrepreneurs, the question is, where do we find these leads? How do we connect with corporate buyers? How do we position ourselves for corporate buyers? In the midst of all of our responsibilities, how do we ensure that we're consistently nurturing the relationships necessary to secure larger deals? And the answer is Sales Navigator. LinkedIn is one of my favorite platforms. When you are looking to connect with corporate executives, LinkedIn is the place to be. Most individuals are familiar with LinkedIn, the social media platform, posting content, publishing articles, connecting with individuals in their network. But the majority of professionals are really undervaluing Sales Navigator. Sales Navigator is an ecosystem that exists within LinkedIn that allows you to identify any individual on LinkedIn and filter by their job description, their organization, the size of their company, the revenue of their company, the geography. It's basically the global phone book for corporate America, right? So back in my day, look, I ain't gonna tell my age because this melanin's popping.
Because I gotta keep a low profile.
But let me tell you, back in my day when I first started in sales, finding executives and trying to do business with organizations was like a boys' club. It's why for many women, we talk about the discrimination in sales, because the only way for me to find who the decision maker was within an organization, I had to have an invitation to the table inside of a room. They were country clubs, they were associations. The barriers to access to executives were incredibly challenging. So now in today's age, when we talk about the fact that Sales Navigator allows you, I could literally look up any Fortune 500 organization right now on Sales Navigator and say, who's VP of Marketing? Who's Chief Information Officer? And LinkedIn would say, there you go. This is this individual. I don't know if it makes that sound. But it'd say, this is this individual. Here's their profile. Here's here's what insights they're into. Here's who they follow. And now all of a sudden, at my fingertips, I have access to all of the major players within corporate America through LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So let's talk about best practices for how to leverage Sales Navigator now that we know what it is. When we think of best practices, first and foremost, I'm someone who believes in working smart, not hard. Although I'm a huge proponent and advocate for LinkedIn, I am not someone who has time to spend hours and hours on social media all day. I love to turn my phone off and not look at it. So when I'm thinking about how to leverage a social media platform like LinkedIn Sales Navigator, the power of the platform is through Sales Navigator, I can filter and save leads. Meaning that, these 10 individuals right here within this organization, let me save them as leads because these are individuals who I really want to cultivate relationships with so we can do business together. And what Sales Navigator will do is that when I log into the Sales Navigator platform, it presents to me a private feed showing me only the activity and the post of those individuals I've saved as leads. So let's say I only have 15 minutes for my income producing activities. I can log into Sales Navigator and see, this is what's happening in the world of my ideal buyers. And then I can make sure I engage, connect with those particular individuals of interest. Here's another advantage of Sales Navigator. I recently had a one-on-one coaching call with one of our clients, Rachel, inside of the Big Money Movement. And Rachel is looking to do business with brands. And one of her greatest concerns was, Liz, I'm not even really sure who my buyer is for what I do. I know I want to work with brands. I know I want to work with organizations like the Procter & Gamble's and the Nestle's or what have you. But how do I identify what's the job description or the job title for the specific person in marketing that I should reach? Great question. Here's why Sales Navigator is powerful. We were able to log into Sales Navigator, look up these organizations, and then search by different job titles. Let me ask you a question. If I asked you right now how you would find a list of all the past clients you've worked with, how would you get that information? If I asked you how you would find the contact information for every peer that you've worked with in corporate America that you have a strong relationship with, where would you go to find that information? If I asked you to provide me a list of every potential organization and the individual buyers within that organization that you wanted to work with, how would you provide that information to me? Odds are you're not really sure. You would have to scramble, piecemeal some spreadsheet together, show me some contacts on your phone, show me maybe a CRM that you're not really using and you have to dig up some old leads from it, right? Like it's highly challenging for individuals to identify in one place who are the relationships that they're looking to cultivate and nurture to do business. That's why Sales Navigator is such a practical tool to leverage. Most professionals are already on LinkedIn anyhow. With Sales Navigator, not only can I filter and tag individuals by past clients, existing clients, strategic relationships, centers of influence, potential buyers I want to do business with. And then not only that, I can log in and I'll see updates for them. So LinkedIn Sales Navigator, I can filter and say, who's changed jobs in the past 90 days? Who's had turnover in their role? Who's hiring right now? Who's posted in the past 30 days? So it gives you insights so that you can really add value. We know in today's market that no one likes to be sold, but human beings love to buy. One of the other challenges or mistakes that many professionals make when they're looking to do business with corporate organizations is that they'll send one random message to an executive and they're busy doing all the things. So they forget about that message, they move on to the next thing, they don't hear from that person and they chop it up as that person doesn't want to do business with me. And so then they have lunch with this person over here. And then when that person isn't immediately ready to do business, they go on to the next person. And they're throwing spaghetti at a wall, hoping that they're able to land deals.
Show 'em who's boss, girl.
I have to have 7 to 11 interactions with you before I trust you enough to want to actually write a check to do business with you. For many of us as entrepreneurs, we're leaving money on the table simply because we are not consistent in our outreach, simply because we're not making enough deposits into the right relationships in order to see business come from those relationships. This is another reason why Sales Navigator is powerful. I have a framework that I teach that's called the TikTok cadence because most of my clients are the type of clients who are not going to be consistent enough for 7 to 11 touches. So we had to make it a game and make it a framework. The TikTok cadence really is an analogy, and it stands for target accounts, invite them to connect with them, thank them for the connection, offer value, and then convert them to a sales conversation. With my clients, we have them create tags in Sales Navigator for each of those steps. These are my target accounts. These are the individuals I've already invited to connect. These are the individuals who have accepted my connection request. These are the individuals I'm going to introduce myself to. And so now when I log into Sales Navigator, I immediately know where each of my relationships is. Oh, these 5 individuals, I'm waiting for them to accept my connection request. These 5 individuals, I've already offered value to them. I'm making deposits in that relationship. And now the next step is for me to convert them into a discovery call. Last but not least, did you know that you have a SSI score through LinkedIn Sales Navigator? SSI stands for Social Selling Index Score. I think looking up your SSI score through LinkedIn is incredibly powerful. Here's why. Your SSI score is ranked in 4 categories, from your network to your personal brand, to how you connect, how you're adding insights on the platform. So it's going to rank and show you where your greatest opportunities are. So if you're wondering is the content that I'm publishing really positioning me as a thought leader? Am I really adding enough insights to position myself on LinkedIn properly? Your SSI score is going to tell you. If you're wondering, am I connected with enough of the right people in order to build a pipeline of leads and generate revenue? Your SSI score is going to tell you if you're optimizing your network appropriately. Here's why this is even more advantageous. If your SSI score is 75 or more, LinkedIn favors your profile. Here's how this really shows up. Because I have an SSI score of over 75, when I post on LinkedIn, LinkedIn ensures that the majority of my network sees my post. Whereas someone who has an SSI score of 75 or less, they post and LinkedIn's algorithm may not ensure that their post is seen by their network, right? And so when you have a higher SSI score, you get favoritism through LinkedIn's algorithm. I think that's the simplest way that I can say that. But go ahead and Google your SSI score. It's really gonna help you understand your ranking, and it's gonna show you your areas of opportunity. And using Sales Navigator boosts your SSI score as well. Want to learn more about how you can make big money moves with LinkedIn and LinkedIn Sales Navigator? Click the next video and let's go deeper into this conversation. Here's that video coming up right now. Click it now and I'll see you in there.